Hi guys, this is Carolina Varsity. We're in our 2015 season. We're taking a look at players of the game from week 15. I'm Dale
And
Ross.
I'm at Marta Pip, man.
Uh,
And you went to Mallard Creek and
okay,
Huff last week.
so I'll start out since I went to a game. That's right, I went to that blowout game. And in the game, there were actually several standout players for Mallard Creek, the whole team. So, but individually, there were a few players that really stood out, and Thaddeus Moss was one. Uh, he had two touchdowns in the game. He had a spectacular one-handed catch, which you may have seen some highlights of.
Oh yeah,
And then I got a picture of him hurdling. Uh,
yeah.
oh my gosh, that's a almost a linebacker body. It's a true tight end body, able to leap. Kid, two things about that tackle. One, the kid didn't have his hands out like he's going to wrap up. He was doing one of those bumpiest, but it was about waist high, and oh my gosh, he just hurdled him like it was nobody's business. Really played dominating on the field. It was one of the reasons that his type of play was one of the reasons that game was so dominating, and
Mm-hmm.
that carried out through his whole teammates.
Right.
And Smith, L.J. Smith, had a great ball game. Of all the games I've seen him play over the last 2 years, this had to be his best game. It was a blowout game. Uh, do does that weigh into it? But he had 311 yards of total offense, one TD. He was 12 of 13.
Wow. Good
200.
stuff.
Yeah, he threw it, and that 12 of 13 was some great catches, but he threw some great balls. I mean, they were spot on balls. Four TDs passing, 108 yards rushing, 203 yards passing. Just very, I thought he played a very, very solid ball game all the way around. Ran well, threw well, just did everything great. It was a great ball game. Um, Josh Brown played phenomenal. He had a couple of interceptions. We had an interception, a couple of sacks. Even had a pass breakup. But
Mm.
he also, I don't know if you saw it, but I have a picture of him flying. So
I
he,
hadn't seen that
oh gosh, yes. So I'll have to make sure you see it. He came in on one of those sacks and he leapt, and it's actually the play. And I hate to say it, but it's why Gibbs got hurt because he landed on it. But he was flying almost as high as Moss was.
one. Oh wow.
Yeah, he got up that high and came down. He was coming in rushing from this side. It was just phenomenal. So when his they started sharing Moss's picture around on Twitter,
Mm.
and I asked them that had they seen or I forget exactly what it was I said, but Josh Brown can fly too, and he had a great ball game. He's a phenomenal linebacker. His speed really showed in that game. So you see he's got D1
Oh yeah.
speed, and it really showed in the game. Great ball game. Grant Gibson was in some of these nominations come from Bear
Mm.
5034, and he's the one who spotted Grant Gibson. He played center. He played, as he noted, when maybe it looked like Huff might have just a little ounce of, and that's all it was. It wasn't much. It wasn't even a quart worth of. But when they put him in on defense, and that helped shut things down on the D line, so he played both
Mm.
sides of the ball and played very well. The Mallard Creek offensive line as a whole played very well, and their defensive line played exceptionally well. They were overwhelming Huff on every play.
Mm.
So really, the line as well. And Corey Sutton, of course, he was
Oh
at
yeah.
Huff, and he had two touchdowns in the game. And since Bear mentioned, he thought he was also involved in some good blocking. So having a kid, at a receiver position doing blocking, you want to call that kind of stuff out. But
No doubt.
as a team, you guys played great. All of you played great, but those were some standouts from the game.
Great job, guys. So let's jump into some other games here. Jared Anderson, Charlotte Catholic, 19 carries, 182 yards, 5 total touchdowns, 4 rushing, 1 receiving,
Mm-hmm.
in a 35-23 state quarterfinal victory over North Davidson. They're going to advance to play Dudley this week.
Yep.
He's been doing it all year long, man. What else can you say? As Catholic goes on that offense, Anderson was going to carry him as far as they're going to go.
Another back in that, just a long series of very good backs, and he's a very good back.
In that same game, quarterback Joe Butts for North Davidson, 315 passing yards and 3 touchdowns in the loss. This kid, man, he threw it well, all over the field, accurate. He has good arm strength. I believe he's a junior. So North Davidson's got another year with Mr. Butts, and he's very impressive.
Well,
Looks like he'll be playing on some Saturdays in his future.
well, we said he'd have a good ball game for them to even have a chance. They did score I think one more touchdown than I thought they might, and he had a very nice ball game.
In North Davidson, you guys had an awesome season.
Exactly.
There's no shame in you losing to Catholic on the road in the playoffs.
You lost to a very good team.
Nike Martin, heard this name for the past few weeks here. East Forsyth, receiver, 110 total yards, 57 rushing and 53 receiving, and 2 touchdowns. And that was on 8 carries and 7 receptions in their 31-6 victory over West Forsyth. We'll be breaking down that game here in a little bit, but they've been using him a lot in the run game as well as throwing him the ball. So he's kind of a dual threat in a different sense, running and receiving. Christian Beal, of course, the star running back for East Forsyth, 116 rushing yards, 1 touchdown on 19 carries. He also caught 4 passes and 23 yards for another touchdown in the victory over West Forsyth. So 2 big skill guys here getting it done for the Eagles, and they got a heck of a matchup coming up this week.
Yes, they do.
Chaz Surratt, of course, a frequent visitor throughout his whole career at East Lincoln. He broke former Independence's quarterback's Chris League State total offense yardage record of 16,590 yards in the East Lincoln Mustangs 35-14 win over East Burke in the playoffs last week. He got in there and he got the record, and they took him out. They say he's done playing, on the high school level, and he'll be going to North Carolina.
Yeah, he's also an all-state basketball player, and he'll not be playing basketball. So he's not going to play basketball. But I did read this week, and I need to read more about it. I think I read it today, that he's not going to have surgery on his elbow.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know what that. I didn't read. I just read the headline. It may have come across Twitter or something. But he's a phenomenal athlete.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And congratulations to you, Mr. Surratt. It's been a pleasure seeing you play for 4 years, and glad to see you staying in state and getting it done in North Carolina in the future.
And we didn't think anybody would come close to Chris Leak's record. And,
gosh, no.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Also for East Lincoln, Trevor Childers. Mr. Childers had 2 interceptions, including a 39-yard pick 6 in that 35-14 victory as well. So, when your offensive guy goes down, you got a defensive guy stepping up, and they're going to need that, this week going into Monroe.
That's right.
And a, huge game that everyone was pretty much calling from the start of the playoffs.
That's right.
So that'll be a great environment down there.
You're going to have to step up with your buddy going down.
Exactly. And from that same game, we have a Brandon Clark, East Burke running back, had 37 carries, doing his best horse impression.
That's a lot of carries.
And those 37 carries went for 153 yards and a touchdown in that loss. So, great effort, leaving it on the field when your season's on the line. That's what you want in the playoffs.
You know what that tells you is if you're getting so many carries, and really that works out to about 4 yards or so a carry. It means he's getting hit a lot.
Right.
I mean, hard. He hit hard a lot.
Right.
Because there's short yardage and probably lots of people are hitting. That's a lot of work.
Exactly.
Good job.
Community School of Davidson.
Yeah.
Still alive in the playoffs. Holden Rizzo. All right, this kid caught a 20-yard touchdown pass, and then he threw 2 more touchdown passes in their 33-28 victory over Thomas Jefferson. So they're going to be playing Friday night at North Mac against, what is the school?
We broke the game down. I'm sorry.
Robbinsville?
It's Robbinsville. Yes.
Robbinsville.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the only game in the Charlotte area. If you don't have anything else to do Friday night, go out to North Mac and support these guys. You probably don't know where it is. Well, Davidson. But you probably don't know much about the school itself. So, get out there, support them. They play football just like the other big schools here in the city. And get behind them as they play Robbinsville to play for a chance to go to the state title.
Exactly. And anybody that has caught this part of the video, I apologize about my wife calling me during the video. We did a breakdown of the game, and you can catch that. It's up on YouTube, so you might want to check that out. Anthony and I did a breakdown earlier in the week, so good luck.
And you got one more.
I got one more. So there's a big ball game between Page and Richmond this past week, and of course Greensboro Page won. And from that game, we got a nomination of Javon Leake, a running back. He had 237 yards and 2 TDs in that game.
You deserve it.
So yeah, playing against Richmond, big win, moving forward, and got a potential showdown, rematch if people don't overlook their games this Friday night between Page and Mallard Creek might happen.
I know Mallard Creek would want that.
Well, I'm sure they would love it. Of course, they're going to have to get by that East Forsyth.
That's right.
Congratulations, Javon.
And we got one more here, and we're going to end it with our buddy the horse, Cody Reese.
Yeah.
Mount Pleasant High School. He rushed for 129 yards and a touchdown. But Mount Pleasant lost in the third round, 38-27 to Shelby. Second year in a row, they just can't get past Shelby down in the 2AA ranks. But a great season for Mount Pleasant, a great career for Cody Reese. They put Mount Pleasant football back on the map.
Right.
And, we wish you the best, man. And some college out there, you need to look into this kid. He's got a heart of gold, a work ethic like no other. And he'll be an asset to your program.
And you'll be able to see him play in the Shrine Bowl. So, and losing to Shelby, Shelby has one loss on the season.
Yeah, there's no shame.
That's the Crest, and Crest is playing Friday night as well.
Right.
Yeah, you lost to a very, very, very good ball team. Played them well for a while. So,
oh yeah,
I thought you were going to win that ball game. I just had a feeling you might pull the upset. But great year, great career, Cody.
So that's our players for this week. We're still taking nominations. As the game gets smaller, the list gets shorter.
Yeah.
But we take them from all over the state. So if you see this and you feel like someone deserves recognition, anybody, shout them out to us.
That's right. You should know how to get us. Twitter, on the site, email us.
Mm-hmm.
But let us hear any position, any
That's right.
team, win or lose. All right, thanks. Thanks for watching.